Welcome to Western Civilization 201 online. My name is Dr. Christopher Hefner. I'll be your professor, guiding us through our time in this particular online course. I'm excited that you have signed up to join us online, and I'd like to take just a few minutes to introduce you to the course and to the course syllabus. Here's a welcome forum that I posted that has an attachment with the course syllabus. You will want to download that. Your syllabus will be your guide through the course in terms of course requirements and expectations. I do want you to read that on your own. There are some objectives that are tremendously important in understanding what we're going to try to accomplish, looking at the events, at the ideas, at the persons, and at the philosophies that have kind of shaped Western civilization from ancient history and through the Middle Ages, which is the course time that we're going to cover. Some important notes that you will want to be aware of regarding this online course. The online course will have video lectures. I will upload those weekly. With this week's video lectures, there will be numerous of those. There might be multiple per week, so be aware of that. They will cover the introduction as in this particular lecture, or time of note, and then we will take lecture notes, lecture videos from the course that I teach in the day class at Fruitland Baptist Bible College, and I'll actually upload that for you for your view each week. And so there could be as little as an hour of video lecture that I post per week, and as much as 2 hours. So you want to watch those video lectures. I will also be uploading the PowerPoint that I draw my class notes from, which actually I draw the classroom final from. So you'll want to download those as well and keep up with the video lectures not only through video but through the PowerPoint notes that I upload for your benefit. A couple of notes about the syllabus and the course requirements. There are three main requirements for this online course. The first component is for you to watch the lectures and participate in the lectures and in the reading by way of forums. I will post 4 forums for the course of this particular online Western Civilization course. Each of the forums will be essentially a question that I pose to you as students. You will be responsible to give me an original response to that particular question, and then you will be responsible to question or to comment on another student's response. That particular part of the course requirement is 40% of your course grade. There will be 4 forums, so each forum segment is 10% of your course grade. So I will upload that weekly. You can find that in the course schedule, or bi-weekly. I will upload that forum to this particular Moodle site, and you can come back to that, answer the forum post, and then be ready to respond to another student. You'll have a couple to 3 weeks to respond to that forum. I'll try to keep us updated on that, and that's part of your classroom grade. If you do the forum post, you get 100% credit for it. So if you just interact with the video lectures and the forum post in the way that I've set that up, you get 40% of your course grade that way. The second component is a reading summary component. You have 2 textbooks required for this course. The first is Revolutions in Worldview. You see this book here. And the second is A Concise Survey of Western Civilization by Brian Pavlak. Both of these books we will work through in this quarter and in next quarter. So we'll do half of each book in 201 online, and we'll do half of the book in 202 online. Now, just as a heads up, I know that you are going to disagree quite often with Dr. Pavlak. You'll catch that in the lecture notes, the lecture video that you see in just a few minutes from my class time. I know that you will disagree some with Dr. Pavlak. That's by intent. I chose this book for some practical reasons. The practical reasons are that it's cheaper than other textbooks I could have asked you to buy. Practical reason number 2, it's shorter than other textbooks that I could have asked you to buy. So you'll read less and pay a little bit less for it. The downside, at least as far as you're concerned as a student, is Dr. Pavlak comes from a different perspective. He actually comes from a perspective that thinks a little differently than we do about the way the Scripture works. Let me mention this extra credit assignment if you'd like to do it as an online student. If you will take some time and send me a one-page paragraph or one-page document about all the information you can find about Dr. Brian Pavlak, the author of A Concise Survey of Western Civilization. If you'll do that and send that to me, I'll give you 2 extra credit points for that particular assignment. You're not required to, but that's an offer I make to my in-class students, and I'll make that to you as well. As I'm a firm believer, if we understand where a professor is coming from, or an author is coming from, then we can deal a little bit more easily with some of the challenges we might have in the perspectives and ideas that he shares. So you have to read about half of each of these books in this particular quarter. And the requirement for that, the in-class requirement of what you will turn into me, is a summary. You'll do a one-paragraph summary of each chapter, of each book segment that you read per week. So for example, in week 1, after you watch the video lectures this week and look at the syllabus, you'll have a segment of reading in Brian Pavlak's book, chapters 1 and 2, and then you'll have the preface and acknowledgments in the Revolutions textbook, authored and edited by Andrew Hofecker. So your summary for week 1 would be 3 paragraphs. 1 paragraph for chapter 1 in Pavlak, 1 paragraph for chapter 2 in Pavlak, and 1 paragraph for the preface and acknowledgments in Hofecker. A good paragraph is single-spaced about a quarter to a third of a page. You could get to a half and that'd be acceptable. Or if you're doing double-spaced, it would be about a half to 3/4 of a page would be a good paragraph. Somewhere in that neighborhood of summary expectation for each of these, for your reading summaries that you'll turn in. I will grade your reading summaries. They're turned in 2 parts, as you'll see in your syllabus. For weeks 1 through 3, I expect you to turn in reading summaries on week 4. So you'll email those to me, and you'll see my email address there on the syllabus. You'll email your reading summaries to me with your name and introduction. Make sure I know who you are, who's sending those to me, who gets credit for that particular reading summary. I do it in 2 parts for a variety of reasons. It breaks up the expectation so you don't wait till the last minute and turn them all in on week 9. And also that lets me look at your reading summaries to see how well you're doing your summaries. And that way I can give that back to you to let you know if you need to improve a little bit before you turn in the balance of those summaries on week 9. So component number 1 in your grade is the watching the lectures as a part of classroom attendance, and using the lectures and using the reading that you've done up to that point. You will answer the forum posts that I will post every other week. So there'll be 4 forum posts. That's 40% of your course grade. The reading summaries comprise 30% of your course grade. So I will break those grades into 2 parts, the week 4 part and the week 9 part, put those together, and that's another 30% of your course grade. So that's 70% of your course grade essentially for just doing the work. I do grade your summaries, but I give you a lot of credit for that. I want you to know that you've read the books well. Another reason why I expect you to do summaries is summaries help you understand the books. They help you interact and engage with the textbook material. In my doctoral work, I was required in an apologetics course that I took, as well as a worldview course, to read a number of books. I think in the worldview course, or the apologetics course was the first one, I had 14 books that I had to read that particular semester. And our professor required us to do summary work of each of those books, so about a 5-page single-space summary document of each textbook. So if you multiply that times 14, I did about 150 pages of double-space summary work just for the summaries required in that particular class, not to mention the research paper I had to write in that class, and not to mention the other classes that I had to read and write papers in as well. So I'm not expecting a whole lot with your summaries, not to near to that extent, but one of the reasons I think the summaries are important is they will help you understand the material that we're covering in the textbooks. One benefit from those summaries in my life is I remember the books, and I remember the themes and what the books were talking about because I had to summarize them. So expect that of you as a part of the course grade, and I hope that'll help you understand what's going on in these textbooks and interact with the reading throughout the quarter. The final component of your course expectation or your grading expectation is a final exam. It will be a final exam, and I will post that to Moodle. It will be an exam that you will take online. There will be components multiple choice, fill in the blank, matching, true, false, and there will be some essay components. And so I will give you more instructions about that final exam as we get closer to the end of the quarter. Some other things that are noted in the syllabus: pay attention to expectations regarding civility and kindness in your forum posts. Be kind to your fellow students who are posting, and think about your posts well as you put that together. There's a course bibliography, lets you know some of the textbooks that I used in preparing this particular course. One that I would draw your attention to is Michael Green's Evangelism in the Early Church. It's an excellent work that deals with early church theology, early church outreach and evangelism, early church's view of mission and discipleship, and how the church advanced even in spite of a culture and in spite of a world that hated them. Remember, the early church existed underneath the Roman Empire, and so Michael Green does a great job explaining to us how the early church evangelized and discipled and reached out and advanced in that culture. I would draw your attention to that textbook as a great book, supplement book for what we're going to deal with here in our class. I will reference that as we go on in some of the other lectures. If there's anything that isn't clear, either in the syllabus or in the lectures that I upload, or in the PowerPoint notes that I upload for you, please feel free to shoot me an email or give me a phone call. My contact information is on the syllabus. I'd be more than happy to help you through this course. I trust that we'll have a wonderful online course experience, and Lord bless you, and we look forward to interacting with you over the course of the quarter. God bless you, and enjoy the other video lectures for week 1.